during 2020, obviously lockdowns, America, most of the rest of the world, and how did the government in Kenya handle the COVID-19 virus? And then how, as you as a pastor and also a medic and community leader, how did you handle it in your local village?
Um, the COVID-19 issue was a bit emotional, and people took it with the speed that it never deserved. I don't know where the pressure was coming from, though, but we could have handled it better than we did at that time. Uh, I believe it surprised people also. It came like a surprise to people when people did not have the preparation. But it was a little bit exaggerated too. There was a lot of drama in it. People died though, but 80%, around, let me say 20, around 30 to 40% did not die of COVID-19, but they were branded as they died because of COVID-19. During that time, I don't know whether it happened here, but in fact, I was back in my country. During that time, if you die even out of malaria, they would say you die out of COVID-19. And they would bring a kind of scenario where not even a pastor would do the funeral. The funeral was done by doctors, dressed in white. You could only see the eye, and the police was everywhere. People were scared to an extent that some of the people died out of just fear.
Wow. So they didn't allow pastors to go in and
No, you are not supposed to get close to it. I lost a mother during that time, and I was given our mother, not real mother, but the stepmother, died by around 6 o'clock in the morning, and they wanted me to bury by 7.
Wow.
Not even giving allowance for chance for somebody to come back to life.
Wow.
There was a lot of drama in that thing. I didn't like it. God save us.
That's really sad. I mean,
I have to add something
Yeah.
here. You said that they started reporting malaria deaths as COVID deaths.
Yeah,
That's incredible. I mean, that was happening with a different disease that was kind of happening in America in a way. They were reporting flu deaths as COVID deaths. I mean, flu deaths in 2020 dropped to almost zero in 2020, when there a good amount of people die from the flu every year in America, and they just dropped basically to zero. I mean, it's not confirmed that they said those were COVID deaths, but I'm just making the logical connection. And you had people dying literally of knife wounds. And then the hospital, even though they got stabbed to death, the hospital would find COVID in their system and they would list it as COVID death because the hospital received money, compensation from the government when someone died of COVID. So there was a money incentive involved there for more people to die of COVID-19.
Yeah, it's something like tens of thousands of dollars for each person that died with COVID, even if they didn't die from COVID. But, it's the same thing. It's interesting to see the same things that was going on here, that was going on there. So how did the people in the village, just the regular people, how did they react to COVID and to the things with the funeral? I mean, it must have been pretty difficult.
The people were scared by the police. If somebody dies, the police will come and seal that area, so nobody would go. So, and then the medics will go there and spray everywhere. It's like a no-go zone. So people did not even have a chance to mourn their loved ones. It was a total lockdown. The police and the government was like the took over everything.
Wow.
The pastors were not doing the burial. The burial was done by the doctors.
Right.
And the funeral was attended by police.